So there, thanks for tuning in. I'm out the bush, my trusty truck and the Stihl chainsaw. Today I'm going to give this one a run in the bush on a log. So I'm going to fuel it up. I'll get drums of 20 litres at a time, but I'll put the all into 4 litres for easier for carrying through the scrub and that. Ooh, it's full of oil. I like these. I've got the twist ones with the hand piece, you know, if you use a screwdriver or nothing. Not bad for older technology. See there? Twist like that. Like that. Fuel cap. Undo the fuel cap. Should be over half a tank. I'll put some fresh juice in it. I'll give her a whirl. Right, Stihl 045 is ready to fire up. Oh yeah. Choke. No chain brake, but Stihl 054. First time I used this one in the bush. Yeah, just giving it a bit of a run. There's that. So I cut up earlier. Going to clean. I can get into this, cut all this up, and then on the back of the old truck here. But I just wanted to give the old rocket a run. First time having it out in the bush. Just put a new chain on it. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed. It's easy to start. And thanks for tuning in, Paul. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the like, sub. Stay tuned for a few more bits and pieces. You might not see much, but I'm just going to be scratching around here, cleaning this log and that up. Making it a bit easier to get to, and then I can throw it on the truck. What are you doing? I'm cutting some firewood, giving this old Stihl a run. It's nearly 50 years old. And yeah, I sort of still mad. Got this one, and I've got some other ones, but this has got good mid-range grunt, nice size. Some of the supers are supposed to be about 85 cc's, but I'm not sure. I think this one's probably high 70s, but it's got some balls. I'd like to get it in a bigger log shortly, and see how it goes. So yeah, got a little bit of cleaning up here to do before I can get to the log. But thanks everyone for tuning in. It's awesome. Alright sub, thanks for subbing, thanks for liking. We'll go up here a bit further. guys, thanks everyone for tuning in. Just cut back a bit of this. I'll put the wedges, I'll pull it apart. like and sub, Thanks everyone for tuning in. Just giving the old 045 a run. Separate the log shortly. Stop that for a sec. Turn out of fair. Thanks for tuning in, Paul, Rule, Andrew. Just giving the old 045 Super a run. In some timber here in northern Tasmania. Chain's a little loose now. It's a new chain. It's an old saw I got the other day. I can't really tell you too much of the history on it, but I've just sort of caught that cut 90% of the way through, cut off at the end. I've got a rolling tool that I roll it with in a sec, and dunk, cut it all up. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for liking, thanks for subbing. Drop a comment, good or bad. I'm easy. Any feedback's good. Any way I can improve my channel, awesome. Got the log rolling tool here for rolling logs. Oh, that was easy. Hope you get a few more like that. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll catch you later.